you doing? This is Mark Schulman, and welcome to my DVD, A Day in the Recording Studio, a musician's complete guide to recording drum tracks in the studio. We're going to talk all about drum tuning, drum miking, my own system of charting, and of course, performance. You ready? Let's do it. Here we go. Come on! Welcome to West Triad Studios. This is my studio with my partners Eric and Julian. We're in Venice, California. We're 3 blocks from the beach. Just about every studio drummer in Los Angeles has his own studio or her own studio. And when I say studio, it can be a bedroom, it can be a basement, it can be a garage. The idea behind this DVD is I'm going to show you how you can do drums in any facility and get an amazing sound. We are among engineering royalty. This is my partner. Eric Goebel is a professional engineer. So exciting. So Eric, let's have a really crazy conversation about gear.
Let's have a deep conversation about gear.
Yeah, what do we got? What are these things right here?
These are mic preamps.
What's a mic preamp?
They amplify the microphone. So that you can record them.
So that's responsible for the sound that comes from the microphone and then goes into the computer.
Exactly. And most mic preamps have 3 buttons. A pad, which is reduces the input level. There's also the phase button. Phase is, you explain phase so well.
Phase is the relationship. When you have a waveform, it goes up and down. And so if you have 2 microphones picking up one signal and they're in phase, that means they're both picking up the signal at the peak of the signal. If they're out of phase, that means one is picking it up at the valley of the signal and it doesn't sound good. It starts to cancel itself out. Yeah. It sounds all weird.
The sound card is what interfaces with the computer. It tells the computer and the software what is being recorded in a digital way.
And I think that's all the technical talk I can take. Mark Bennett is one of my best friends, and he's been my tech for about 3 years now, out with Pink and in the studio, and he's made these drums sound so incredible.
He said, I'm going to talk to you and show you guys how to get a good sound for your recording session.
And live, because it's really the same thing when you're doing drums for recording or live. It's the same principles you will use.
Consistent tone between all the tension rods. That's what you're looking for when you're tuning the drum. Just take your finger, your thumb, whatever, push it down in the center of the head, and you'll get wrinkles like this all the way around the drum head. You're going to work in that star pattern and very slowly start to take the wrinkles out. This is where the fine tuning comes in. Very gently, put a finger at the dead center of the drum head, very softly touch it, and then...
Essentially, a single ply head, a thinner head, you can tune a little bit higher. It has a longer decay time of resonance. It sounds like goong. A thicker head's a little easier to control, particularly in the studio. It's more like goong, it's shorter.
Now that we got all the tension rods on, finger tightened, we're going to start the same process that we did with the bottom head.
Sounds good, man. All right, this is the fun part. We're gonna get the actual drum sounds. I've got the kick drum 1, kick drum 2, snare drum, hi-hat, tom, 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 overhead, overhead, and room mics. Just the first kick drum mic, because I want to listen to the sound of that mic alone. Now this has no equalization. This is just the sound. Based on the placement, based on the sound, I like it. All right, dude, let me hear the snare drum. Now I'm listening just to the top snare drum mic. I'm checking the level, the input level here. And now I'm going to bring in the bottom snare drum mic. Sounds a lot better. It's got more bottom end, so it needs to be out of phase. So that's where the phase switch comes in. Now I tend to have the hi-hat level a little bit lower because I personally don't like the hi-hat to be too loud in the mix. So that sounds good to me. Yeah, keep hitting the hi-hat, man. What's that? Say that again?
It's my real estate agent. I gotta go take this.
But dude, we're right. Dude, we're right in the middle of getting drums on myself. So I have had anybody from my brother to my friend to my neighbor to my wife getting drum sounds for me. You just have to have somebody hit the drums so you can get the levels. Then you can tweak the levels a little bit more when you actually play them.
I'm Lisa, and what most of you people don't know is that Mark actually married me for my mad drum skills, so you guys are in for a treat.
Okay, so we're listening and checking the level of the tom. So I'm gonna go move that floor tom mic now. Hang on a second, I'm gonna come in there and move that floor tom mic. Okay, I'm just gonna raise this a little bit. Yeah, that's better. That has more tone. The level looks good. Now, I want you to play that funky groove of yours so I can check the room mics. You rock. Thank you, honey.
Can I go now?
I hear her crying, and I love to hold her.
What I always do is at first I always listen to the song one time through completely, like we're going to do now. That way you listen to the song, you get a feel, and you have an idea as to how challenging it will be to chart out based on the arrangement and based on what you hear. Most pop songs are in groups of 4 bars, and if it's not, you can hear it. And it's just a bunch of dotted eighth notes and a quarter note. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. And I write that in the A section. So it's a break that goes 1 and 2. So I write 2 eighth notes and a quarter note. Okay, I'm ready to actually do the take. I'm by myself, so this is my normal protocol. I make sure that the track is forwarded so it starts on maybe the 8th or 9th bar, and I actually have to physically run in. I get up, I close the door, and I run in, put on the headphones, and I play drums.
But if I wipe away your tears tonight, oh, it's gotta be worth something tonight. Well, I hear you out tonight.
I want to talk just a bit about playing techniques, and these playing techniques actually apply to live as much as the studio. Now, one secret that I learned is you actually play above the center of the drum, but you need to do that with the rim shot. Now, playing in the center of the drum with a rim shot gives a nice fat tone. Playing above the center gives it even more body. Just play along with it so you can't really hear the click. We call it burying the click. Now I'm going to demonstrate playing behind the click. Interesting thing happens. It actually gives the perception that the tempo is slowing down when you pull a little bit back, and it gives it more of a relaxed feeling. Pay attention. Now I'm going to do just the opposite. I'm going to play a little bit ahead of the music in the click and feel how that gives a feeling of, makes the music feel more anxious, and it almost feels like that it's going actually faster, when in reality there's no tempo change at all. You're just changing the feeling, and you have the power to change that feeling with your groove.
Feel like in a daydream, 'cause that's my only game. Walking in the summer.
I'm going to cut my last track. This last track is very different. It is based on some Indian rhythms that my buddy Pete Lockett has put together. I've changed my sound. I changed my snare drum out earlier to the higher drum. What I've done now is I put on a 20-inch kick drum, a 20 by 18. Thank you so much for watching this DVD. It's been an amazing and a very long and gratifying day in the recording studio. Peace.